Yo, I was really debating on whether or not I wanted to do this reaction or not, share this with y'all, because I don't want it to come off as me like punching down on this person, even though it's not a punch down situation. She has much more of a following than I do, but it's more so like I feel like this person is entertaining. It reminds me of a lot of the people that I grew up around back home in Ohio and Virginia and Texas. It's like sweet butterfly kisses of back home, and where I can somewhat sympathize with their situation. She's an older woman. She was probably brought up this way, hasn't known any different, very in her roots, stereotypical Southern woman, uh, like to a fault. And I don't want it to come off as me making fun of her. I don't want it to come off as me talking bad about her, but I do want to offer constructive criticism of her situation as we're about to witness in this reaction to her latest I found an RV. We want to be homeless mukbang. She posted this, it says 8 hours ago. I haven't seen the comments yet. I suppose I'll do that before I started on the video. Okay. Okay, so I read through the comments. Nothing egregious. Apparently, she has reported some comments offering criticism of her situation. Whatever. I could have just as easily just blocked the people other than reporting them, but whatever. If somebody's criticizing your stance on labor and why you're not able to hold down a job, I don't think that's, you could have just educated them by saying like, I can't have a job because my doctor told me I shouldn't be working. That's all you had to say. Anyhow, we're here to have conversation on Miss Tammie, Tennessee Tammie Mukbangs, and we're just gonna move it on along. Hopefully it won't be too long. It's only a 3-minute video, but I feel even in the 3-minute video there's a lot to talk about. So let's change screens and get into today's reaction. And we're back. All right, let's get into it, shall we?
Hello, Tennessee Tammie Mukbang channel. I have some great news. I found the RV. We're going to go pick it up one day this week, and we're going to be living in Hampton, Tennessee. Got a new addition to the family.
Now, we just did multiple uploads where we were asking people if they wouldn't mind helping out, donating to your homelessness. We'll just say that. You were having issues with the trailer park y'all live in not paying you for your trailer. And there was the issue of like the unknown, whether or not you were going to get your money or not. And you've lost 2 pets this year alone. A bunny from a heart attack caused by one of your cats, one of your other cats, and then you lost one of your cats. That's unfortunate. I see you have an elderly dog behind you. And we thought to bring in a cat, a kitten, to the situation. I'm not opposed to people that are low income getting pets. I'm not. I'm really not. What I'm opposed to is if you are asking for handouts so that you are able to not be on the streets. Why would that be an inkling to want to add to your food bill, to add to your medical bills? You know what I mean? Cats need litter boxes, constant changes of litter. They need vet care at least once a year in the first year of their life, probably 4 or 5 vet visits for health. And then food, both wet and dry. Food, both wet and dry. I don't know. And you need kitten food on top of that because this is a kitten. It's under a year old. I don't know. In all my wisdom of pet parenthood and having owned animals and farm animals, if we can't even meet our own basic needs, how are we to afford that to multiple pets? And I'll leave it at that while we continue on.
His name is Baby. There's a mess back there. We're moving, guys, so we'll hear no hateful comments. There's Baby.
Okay. So I understand that not everybody can have nice things. Not everybody can afford brand new, well taken care of things. Sometimes people fall on hard times and just need necessities. But they have electricity, right? They just have no running water, to my recollection. We can't run a vacuum. There's shit all over that floor. And it's not just stains. Like, I understand maybe this is an older trailer and it wasn't in the best shape to start out with, but there's literal shit on the floor over there. And other trash stuff that could easily be picked up with a vacuum and or a broom and a dustpan. We're letting our pets around that and we're just not bothering. I don't know. I also see that the cat looks like it's got some issues going on. Dirty ears. Looks like it may have some kind of eye infection or upper respiratory going on. So, do we have that in the funds? After just getting a new RV, do we have that in the funds?
So, God took care of that problem.
And my mom was a very religious woman, even despite being a butch lesbian in in Ohio. But my mom was she went to church every Sunday. She is Southern Baptist. And not everybody was a fan of her because of her lifestyle, but the people that were. And my mother, we didn't have a lot growing up. And, just because you're poor doesn't mean you got to be dirty. Just because you don't have much doesn't mean you can't take care of what you have. Kind of that mindset. I think that's lacking here, honestly. But I don't know this woman's mental health issue thing, but she's got a spouse. So unless they both have the same mental health issues and physical capabilities, how are they, like, somebody needs to come and help them at that point, right? I don't know.
Been doing a lot of praying, fasting, and it's getting down to the countdown, you know. But God is always on time. You just got to be patient. And I'll tell you one thing, this is one of the hardest tests that I believe that I have ever been through in my life. But yeah, if you do for God, God will do for you. But everybody, we're not going to be living in a tent. I was just making a funny joke about it. I ain't going to live in no tent. There's hotels out there we can live.
There's hotels out there that you can live in, but needed donations to help get you guys into an RV. How are you going to have the money for a hotel? Is your family going to put you up in a hotel long term? Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn? Like, are they going to put you in there long term? That's just bonkers to me. If y'all are already hurting for money, you're gonna go to a hotel sinkhole with money? That doesn't make any sense. But go on.
Live in. But God made a way where there seemed to be no way. And hi, baby.
Okay. We've got a kitty cat with fleas as well.
And yeah, we won't be homeless. And I love you too, baby. Yes, I do. He's got to get home. He's got eye infection. I'm taking care of that. He's on antibiotics. I'm fixing to take care of the flea problem.
Okay. So are we waiting to treat the cat until we move into the RV? Shouldn't they have been treated before they moved into this place? Are we risking the other animals getting fleas and having to treat the whole house? Okay.
And
I'm gonna be nice.
say I've been dewormed.
Okay.
Mommy knows what to do. Mom's had a bunch of animals in her
Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
lifetime. But I just want you guys to know, and to the guy that made the comment, get off our lazy butts because we're on government stuff, whatever. Shut the heck up. Until you walk in my shoes and know what we've been through, I don't want to hear your bad comments.
Tammie, you are on a public platform. People are allowed to criticize you. And the fact that you are condemning them, essentially. Are you not doing the exact same thing that you are condemning them of? Like, you're overcritical of them for criticizing you. Practice what you preach.
People like you are going to fall flat on your face. God said, touch not his anointed and do his prophets no harm. So, honey.
Ma'am, you are condemning a man. I'm assuming a man. You're condemning a person for criticizing the fact that you are on welfare, essentially, and asking why you don't get a job. Instead of educating that person, instead of letting them know your situation so that they have a more well-rounded idea of what's going on and why you are in the situation you're in, we decided to just go straight to condemning them. Very, very, very coded Christian of you.
I hate to be you, but God's going to take you down. Love you guys. Turn to Jesus because he's the only one that can help you. See you guys soon. I will definitely show you the RV when we get it set up. It's going to need a little TLC, but ain't no problem about that. We can handle that.
I'm really hoping it's TLC in the way it just needs cleaned. Because if it's TLC and the aspect of having to invest more money into it while also simultaneously taking on a new pet that has special needs, as in like needing medication for the infection, needing medication for the fleas, uh, needing a good cleaning, possibly needing more medication for the ear mites. Also, how plausible is it to have multiple pets and cats within a small RV? Like, I don't know how big the RV is, but I couldn't imagine having more than one animal in a condensed area like an RV. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like the smells would get to you very, very quickly if not kept up with. And if we look at the state of her house right now and how it has been in many of her mukbangs, I don't know that that's the best place for more than one animal, honestly. Uh, Hopefully she keeps up with it better than she's done here. Maybe this will motivate her to want to take care of it better. What's the saying? Cleanliness is next to godliness. Maybe that's one of the verses she should look to uh, in her sermons to these people criticizing her. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little too hard on her, but I do find her entertaining. She reminds me, as I said, a lot of the people that I dealt with from back in my hometowns and places that I grew up. And I don't know, there's just a sense of familiarity to it. And it's fun. It's fun to look back on that area and kind of sympathize in some areas, but also I'm allowed to criticize these these aspects because I've lived it, because I've grown up in it. And if I hadn't, maybe that wouldn't be a part of me that should be criticizing those those little nitpicking things. But I did grow up in it. I did live this life for parts of my childhood. Maybe not to this extent, because like that trailer is just filthy, let's be honest. But it's free to clean up. It's free to sweep. You don't need electricity for it. You can literally use a broom and a dustpan. I don't know. That's gonna end tonight's discussion on Miss Tammie, a reaction to Miss Tammie, Tennessee Tammie Mukbangs. There was no mukbang in this, which I was disappointed because it's in the title, but damn those clickbait titles. Anyhow, I'll see you guys on Monday's live stream, and yeah, until then, bye.